Hi guys, JT here, and today I'm bringing you some information on 10 games in Fanatical's Supreme Collection of November 2025. To help me answer the question, should you buy it? By using the links in the description below, you'll gain access to this bundle and support the channel in the process. Before I begin, I'd like to thank you the viewers for watching my silly videos. I hope they're helpful. Most importantly, knowing that you're watching it means the world. Anyway, let's get into this. At number 1 we have EVERSPACE 2 and Titans DLC, a fast-paced single-player space looter shooter with RPG elements, and what you get here is a brilliantly expanded package that thrives on speed, spectacle, and constant tinkering. From the start, you dive into a world where shooting, looting, and RPGing in space has rarely been this good, and the game wastes no time proving that point. You'll zip through asteroid fields, shred enemy wings with precision bursts, and constantly refine your build with a gear system that rewards experimentation. What makes the Titans DLC such a strong addition is how boldly it pushes the endgame forward. The new content is truly big and monstrous, introducing a colossal space titan and a hulking dreadnought that fundamentally change how you approach late game combat. These challenges finally fix the base game's tendency toward repetition by adding layered objectives, tougher enemy compositions, and fresh loot that encourages you to rethink your ship setup. The DLC also rebalances aspects of the endgame, smoothing out progression and making high-level play more satisfying. What really works is a sense of scale. You feel tiny weaving through the cavernous interior of a living titan, then powerful again as you surgically dismantle a dreadnought from the outside in. The new missions feel like they always belonged here, seamless natural extensions of what the game already did best. While a few missions still blur together, the combined package delivers a thrilling, endlessly customizable experience. If you want intense dogfights, smart progression, and epic sci-fi set pieces, EVERSPACE 2 and the Titans DLC absolutely deliver. At number 2 we have Metal Slug Tactics, a grid-based tactics game that transforms the classic run-and-gun series into a strategic turn-based challenge without losing its chaotic arcade heart. You step into a world where a global terrorist threat looms, and familiar heroes like Marco and Eri deliver the explosive personality you expect. The story is light, but the real focus is the tactical combat, which mixes genre staples with clever twists, most notably follow-up attacks that reward smart positioning and a movement system that reduces incoming damage when you sprint to your maximum range. It feels unusual at first, but once you understand how these systems interact, you start playing with real purpose. Each encounter becomes a careful balance of ammo management, cover, and adrenaline-fueled abilities. You rely on bouncing grenades, ricocheting bullets, and tactical pushes to control the battlefield, though these skills only shine once you've leveled them up. The roguelike structure keeps you experimenting, selecting 3 heroes, choosing mission routes, tackling bosses, and grabbing mods or upgrades that can make or break a run. With no permadeath and plenty of characters to unlock, there's always another chance to refine your approach. What truly stands out is the presentation. The gorgeous nostalgic pixel art and familiar audio cues feel like a love letter to longtime fans. Hearing mission start again is a genuine thrill. But the game's biggest strength is also its biggest flaw. It offers loads of depth but explains almost none of it. The learning curve is steep, the mechanics overwhelming, and early hours can feel confusing. Still, if you enjoy deep replayable tactics and don't mind figuring things out yourself, you'll find a lot to love here. At number 3 we have Dead Island 2, a chaotic, gory, and over-the-top survival romp that knows exactly what it wants to be. Pure zombie-slaying fun. You step into the blood-soaked streets of Los Angeles, a city split into distinct districts like Bel Air, Venice Beach, and Beverly Hills, each filled with sun-drenched luxury and hordes of the undead. The real star here is the combat. Swinging golf clubs, electrifying pipes, or drop-kicking zombies into pools of fire feels absurdly satisfying. The gore system is disturbingly detailed, letting you dismember, melt, and pulverize the undead in ways that make every fight gleefully brutal. While exploration reveals intricate environments, side content often boils down to resource hunting and crafting weapon upgrades that quickly become redundant. The loot cycle can feel excessive, and puzzles that hint at deeper mechanics rarely go anywhere. Still, the world shines when you run into bizarre side characters straight out of GTA's playbook, from washed-up celebrities to influencers chasing clout in the apocalypse. The story is breezy and often very dumb, leaning into Hollywood satire before veering off into standard survival beats. But Dead Island 2 doesn't need narrative weight. It thrives on its campy tone, slapstick violence, and the freedom to cause utter carnage. Guns are available, but melee and environmental kills are where the game really flexes its creativity. At the end of the day, this is not the thoughtful zombie epic some might want. It is messy, silly, and disposable. But if you want to smash skulls with style, you'll have a blast. And number 4 we have Conan Exiles, Isle of Siptah Edition. An online multiplayer survival game set in the brutal world of Conan the Barbarian. From the moment Conan cuts you down from the corpse tree, you're thrown into a vast, unforgiving open world where survival is your first challenge. You'll gather resources, fight off starvation and sandstorms, and slowly grow from a desperate scavenger into a powerful warrior, or even a wielder of dark sorcery. What makes Conan Exiles unique is its freedom. You can play alone, with a handful of friends in co-op, or on massive online servers where kingdoms rise and fall in epic siege battles. The building system is one of the game's highlights, letting you construct anything from a humble shelter to sprawling fortresses. Add in traps, furniture, and defenses, and your base becomes more than a safe haven. It is a statement of dominance. Combat is visceral and varied, with swords, bows, sorcery, and even towering god avatars you can summon to crush enemies. Exploration is equally rewarding, from frozen mountains to hidden ruins, brimming with lore and treasure. Corrupting yourself to wield sorcery adds another layer of choice, trading away vitality for power. Still, Conan Exiles is not without flaws. Bugs and glitches can sometimes break immersion, and the game explains little, leaving you to experiment or research online. Yet, this mystery can also feel rewarding, as every discovery is yours to claim. If you enjoy survival, building, and brutal combat, you'll find Conan Exiles both punishing and deeply addictive. This editions include the Isle of Siptah DLC, an expansive survival DLC that pushes you to explore a dangerous new map filled with mystery, faction conflicts, and atmospheric biomes. As you move beyond the beach, each new region invites you to wander deeper, guided by distant outposts, eerie dungeon sounds, and varied landscapes that keep you curious. The island feels genuinely alive thanks to added camps and roaming factions, and resources become easier to gather once you know where to look. Combat is satisfying but often clunky, with movement issues and awkward blocking making fights tougher than they should be. Dungeons offer fun short challenges with unique traversal tricks and memorable boss encounters, though regular enemies can feel tedious. The Black Pools add a fresh summoning mechanic that rewards brave exploration. Unfortunately, rare freezes, terrain glitches, and visual bugs break immersion. Even so, you'll find Isle of Siptah a richer, more engaging map than the original. Just expect a bumpy journey. And number 5 we have Infection-Free Zone, a real-world map-based survival builder that tasks you with turning your hometown into a fortified refuge after the mad virus collapses society. You type in any city, generate its layout through OpenStreetMap, and immediately rely on your local knowledge to choose defensible positions, scavenge pharmacies, and secure old supermarkets. The thrill comes from rebuilding familiar streets into a self-sustaining settlement, constructing farms, power facilities, and walls, before the infected surge out each night. The experience excels at atmosphere and concept. As one reviewer notes, the map generation is interesting and undeniably exciting, while another called it a great pick if you like zombies and turtling gameplay. The core loop of scavenging, expanding, and surviving horde attacks can be addictive, especially when using vehicles, towers, and squads to protect your zone. However, frustrations quickly surface. Several players describe the game as a 1-foot-deep ocean. Fun, but shallow in mechanics. Resource management becomes tedious at scale, with metal scarcity and micromanagement dragging down late-game pacing. Bugs are frequent, crashes, broken pathing, bridge glitches, and T-posing animations making the early access state hard to ignore. Some quests can even fail to trigger. Even with these issues, the potential is enormous. You may find dozens of hours of fun building and defending your real hometown, but you should also expect rough edges, repetitive systems, and a foundation still waiting for deeper mechanics. And number 6 we have Gas Station Simulator and the Car Junkyard DLC, a business management simulation that challenges you to turn a rundown gas station into a thriving enterprise. This game blends realism, humor, and unexpected mafia undertones to keep you engaged. You'll juggle tasks like stocking shelves, cleaning, fueling cars, and repairing vehicles, all while dodging a graffiti-spraying kid and handling quirky QuickTime events. Starting out, your station is a mess, and your uncle provides financial support, albeit with strings attached. His mafia-like tactics add urgency, as failing to repay loans can result in his goons wreaking havoc. Success requires careful planning, balancing your income, expenses, and the ever-increasing demands of your growing customer base. The gameplay shines through its engaging minigames, which add skill-based challenges to routine tasks. Repairing cars, managing the shop, and fueling vehicles become tests of precision and speed, making every action feel rewarding. The difficulty scales nicely, with new challenges emerging as you upgrade facilities and attract more customers. Hiring staff eases your workload, but adds financial pressure, requiring strategic management. Visually, the game impresses with its colorful, house flipper-like aesthetic. Pair of atmospheric country and western music, and immersive sound effects, it creates a lively, engaging world. The controls are intuitive, and the tutorials ensure you're never lost. Despite its occasional stress, Gas Station Simulator is addictively fun. Its varied mechanics and replay value make it a standout in the simulation genre. If you're ready to embrace the chaos of running a gas station, this game is a must-try. This bundle also includes the Car Junkyard's DLC, an expansion that turns your dusty roadside business into a full-fledged car restoration hustle. After reaching level 4, a sandstorm introduces Sean, a car-obsessed newcomer who ropes you into funding his junkyard. From there, you dive into a surprisingly deep loop of sourcing abandoned wrecks, stripping them for parts, cleaning components, and rebuilding cars from the frame up. What makes this DLC unique is how naturally it fits into the base game's cozy, low-pressure rhythm. You hire drivers to hunt down wrecks, use new tools like the grinder to rebuild vehicles, and customize each project with paints and decals before selling it for profit. The rarity of parts directly affects value, keeping you invested in optimizing every build. While it won't convert anyone who isn't into chill simulators, you'll find an addictive, satisfying grind that expands the original game in all the right ways. At number 7 we have Tomb Raider 4-6 Remastered, a lovingly restored trilogy that lets you relive or discover 3 classic Lara Croft adventures: The Last Revelation, Chronicles, and The Angel of Darkness. This remaster by Aspyr brings high-res textures, updated character models, and improved lighting to these late 90s and early 2000s staples, breathing new life into the dusty tombs, perilous catacombs, and atmospheric European streets you once explored or fell into. The ability to toggle between modern and original visuals at a press of a key is a nostalgic treat. You can instantly compare how far games have come while still enjoying the core gameplay that defined the genre. These games retain their tank-style controls, which can feel awkward by today's standards. But if you're patient, you'll find a rewarding, methodical gameplay loop filled with precision platforming, trap dodging, and clever puzzle solving. Each title has its own charm. The Last Revelation sends you through Egypt's mysterious ruins with classic Tomb Raider vibes. Chronicles shifts gears, with a variety of levels told as flashbacks, offering different playstyles. The Angel of Darkness, now with restored content and cut dialogue, leans into a darker, more narrative-driven approach with RPG-like mechanics and a playable second character. The remastered audio, from moody soundtracks to satisfying environmental effects, completes the package. If you love classic puzzle adventuring and want a glimpse into Lara's evolution, this trilogy is a polished time capsule worth opening. At number 8 we have Cabernet, Deluxe Edition, a narrative-driven role-playing game that invites you into a richly painted gothic world where your choices shape the humanity or monstrosity of your immortal existence. You awaken as Liza Morozova, a brilliant 19th century woman resurrected as a vampire, and the game immediately hands you control over who she was in life and who she will become in undeath. Through dialogue-based quests, stat-driven interactions, and relationship-shaping decisions, you craft a personal story that feels uniquely your own. Exploring a small Eastern European town becomes the heart of the game. Each night, you spend limited action points speaking to townsfolk, forming bonds, studying, and uncovering supernatural secrets. Feeding is both a necessity and a moral dilemma. Living humans sustain you, but draining them too far can end their lives and permanently alter the story. The relationship system adds genuine weight to every choice, especially when romance, trust, or fear intertwine with your hunger. What makes Cabernet unique is its atmosphere. Gorgeous hand-painted backdrops, papercraft-like characters, and a haunting piano score that perfectly captures the melancholy of eternal life. Side quests often outshine the central narrative, offering emotional, clever, and sometimes tragic stories that deepen the world. While vampiric abilities are limited and the main plot occasionally fades into the background, the strength of the characters and the freedom to shape Liza's morality make this an unforgettable RPG. You won't just roleplay a vampire, you will inhabit one. And number 9 we have Another Crab's Treasure, a unique hybrid of Souls-like and platforming that stars Krill, a hermit crab on a quest to reclaim his stolen shell from a loan shark. The game offers a playful underwater setting, brimming with humor and creativity, all while delivering combat reminiscent of Dark Souls. You'll be dodging, slashing, and grappling your way through foes, using quirky replacement shells, like sushi rolls and rubber ducks, that add depth and fun to the gameplay. The combat strikes a balance between approachable and challenging, especially once you unlock the grappling hook, which transforms battles into dynamic tug-of-wars. If you struggle, smart difficulty options and forgiving checkpoints help smooth the way, making this a potential entry point for newcomers to the genre. Platforming is also a highlight, with satisfying exploration and dedicated jump button, a rarity in the Souls-like realm. The game's humor leans heavily on puns and satirical jabs at capitalism, but its tone is divisive. While some jokes land well, others feel forced, and the adult humor occasionally clashes with the overall aesthetic. Despite the script's unevenness, you'll encounter memorable characters and laugh-out-loud visual gags, from crabs wearing bleach bottles to lobsters jousting with toilet brushes. Visually, each area is distinct and delightful, blending epic underwater vistas with absurd moments. While some rough edges like minor glitches could use patching, Another Crab's Treasure remains a charming, seaworthy adventure worth your time. It is both a parody and a living homage to the Souls-like genre. And number 10 we have Bomb Rush Cyberfunk, a vibrant futuristic platformer that blends Y2K nostalgia with modern flair. In this anti-cop roller skating graffiti adventure, you embark on a mission to go all city, overthrowing rival crews while painting the town with your crew's mark. The game captures the essence of late 90s and early 2000s aesthetics, with its chunky visuals, bold colors, and banging soundtrack. You'll find yourself immersed in gravity-defying combos, from grinding on rails to pulling off tricks that boost your score. The tagging system, where you spray graffiti via a fun minigame, is both intuitive and rewarding. Each sprawling cityscape is a playground, filled with hidden collectibles, quirky NPCs, and varied challenges. Every skateboard, bike, and pair of rollerblades feels smooth and responsive, modernizing the nostalgic mechanics of Jet Set Radio and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. The world building is quirky and engaging, though the narrative feels a bit thin. The characters lack depth, and the story does not always mesh seamlessly with the gameplay. Still, the city's design and its themed boroughs, like a basketball court ruled by the Flash Prince, keep the game fresh and exciting. Exploring feels dynamic, rewarding creativity and risk-taking at every turn. The soundtrack is quite a feature, with rhythmic electronic beats that elevate every moment. It's a celebration of an era that combines analog grit with digital dreams. Whether you're a nostalgia seeker or a newcomer, Bomb Rush Cyberfunk is a thrilling ride through a vividly imagined graffiti-filled world. And that's all for this bundle. This bundle lands with the impact of a whiff alti. Big names, but pricing that feels totally out of sync. Gamers across regions are getting slapped with higher costs, and with key titles cheaper elsewhere, or even in humble choice, it is hard not to side-eye the value. In my opinion, unless you're chasing a couple of specific games, this bundle plays more like a lukewarm sale. Save your gold, or wait for a real drop. In any case, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if this video was helpful, feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and maybe consider buying the channel a coffee. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.